Hey everybody, it's Judy Cohen. It's nice to see you all. This is Wake Up Call 493. Hi, it's nice to be back. I feel like I was gone for a long time. Been talking about Dana as part of the three trainings of Dana or generosity and Sila or ethics and concentration. And I said a bunch about generosity, but I'll say one more thing about the benefit to the one offering Dana, and then jump into Sila. So we're home from this big trip, and our last stop was Madrid because our oldest kid and his family moved there. And so we were supposed to fly home on June 9th, and then our daughter-in-law called and said, "We got our one-way ticket and we land in Madrid on June 9th." And so we were like, well, we're staying. We're going to go to Madrid and we're going to help them. Because they were arriving with, five suitcases and a 7-year-old and a 3-year-old and an empty apartment. So in 10 days in Madrid, we saw one plaza and then otherwise just department stores and playgrounds. And it was totally amazing. It was just amazing to be able to offer that level of help. And to get an apartment furnished, I don't speak Spanish. My partner does. But get an apartment furnished and a kitchen equipped, watch the grands so that the kids could do a whole lot more than even we did. And the temperature never dipping below 90 degrees Fahrenheit, including at night. It was really hot. And the reason I'm mentioning all of this is because, yes, it was Donna, it was generous, and it felt amazing. I mean, it wasn't about them, right? I mean, it was about them, and they were grateful that we were there for sure. But we are so grateful to have been invited to help, right? And to have been able to do that. It's a very imprinted memory of all that work and all that joy, something I'm sure I'm always going to remember. So if I had any doubts about the benefit of Donna to the giver before, if I had those doubts, I don't anymore. And so then this question came up for me of, okay, so what about Sila, ethics? And the same question, does it feel better when ethical communication, ethical action is happening? And classically, the framework for ethics is wise communication, wise action, wise livelihood, which I'm going to talk about another time. These are the middle part of the Eightfold Path. And the invitation is to engage in these three, or not just engage really, but to live our lives practicing wise communication, wise action, wise livelihood. And so, how does it feel to do that? So, first looking at how these can work. The first two, wise communication and action, those involve, for me anyway, moment by moment choices, right? So, practicing mindfulness, it's portable. So, paying attention throughout the day and not just on the cushion in the morning. And so, I'm about to speak or write or post or take some action. And it's when there's an effect on others, but it's also when it's going to have an effect on myself, right? And so it's setting the intention to be truthful, be useful, be kind, be wise, not cause harm. And we know how to do that because we've worked with these qualities of mind. We've cultivated them. They're familiar to us. Maybe they feel pretty robust by now. Maybe they feel reliable. And we can pretty much count on kindness and wisdom to show up for us if if we take the time to remember to acknowledge that they're really a fundamental and powerful part of the way we move through the world at this point, right? But we have to remember them. So we take that time. In the space of a breath, in the space of a breath, we inquire of ourselves, is this wise? Is this true? Is this useful? Is it kind? Or is this causing harm? Or if we've already spoken or written or posted something or done something, you know, and we did that before we remembered to take the breath, then we look at it after with clear seeing after the fact and ask, have I caused harm? And if so, have I done my best to apologize and repair the situation, repair the relationship? So my report is it feels pretty good to me. It's not always easy, but in the body, like Donna, Sila, those moments when I either get it right or I'm willing to see that I didn't and then make things right, they feel good. Ethical conduct, ethical words feel good. Now, if I don't go to the body to see what's happening, and if I instead go to the mind, right, the intellect, then I'm a little too good at turning away, right? And that's either because of defensiveness or shame or a sense of justice or righteousness or whatever. You know, there are so many layers. But when I forget to start with the body and how my words or actions feel right here and go straight to the mind, I'm very good at turning away, or I'm good at seeing, but then talking myself out of being about to cause or having already caused harm, right? So we set the intention to point towards wisdom, which includes non-harming, and that builds on itself, right? That's our practice. We're cultivating this orientation and this habit of pointing our compass in that direction. And so it builds on itself and it becomes something more habitual, more reliable, a trait more than a state, and we can really begin to rely on it. But the same, in my experience anyway, is true of pointing somewhere other than towards kindness or wisdom. You know, especially if we talk ourselves out of having to attend to its consequences, right? Attend to that sense in the body. So if we attend to that sense in the body, especially of the things we're about to say or do or have just said or done or said or did some time ago, and if we notice, oh, it doesn't feel right, right? It doesn't feel wise, right? That has the potential to build too, right? Justification can build on itself until I can justify more and more, and defensiveness build on itself until I'm so defended that nothing gets through. So in the texts, the instructions are to prevent the arising of unwholesome states, right? These states like defensiveness and denial, um, and abandon them when they do arise, not justify or defend them. And to use our clarity, our clear seeing, and our courage to do this, essentially use our mindfulness practice. And likewise, the instructions are to encourage the arising of wholesome states and to nurture them when they arise, when they do arise, and using the same faculties of mindfulness to do that. And it's all because whatever we think or ponder or spend time dwelling on, or whatever direction we intentionally point towards, becomes the inclination of the mind. We know that. So we incline the mind towards goodness and engage in clear seeing around moments when we cause harm, or we turn away and let harm reinforce itself. So the former, we want to do the former. I want to do the former.